Okay, so today we are making chalk paint, and the first thing, we've already pre-mixed this, but we are going to make a small amount of paint at a time. So we bought these 1-quart containers, which I've already mixed up for this part. So we bought this container and we mixed up 16 ounces. It's going to show on here. So we mixed it up to the 16-ounce line, and then we bought calcium carbonate. We looked everywhere in our local town, which is about 250,000 people. We could not find it anywhere, so we had to special order this, but it was easy to find online. We went through, you can find it on Amazon, but lots of different places online, and I'm not sure, we bought like 5 pounds of this so that we have plenty to do. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to do a couple of large chairs, so that's why we bought 5 pounds. We are painting our chairs gray, so we bought some Valspar and we bought it satin finish, and you do not have to prime your chairs. That's the reason that you use the calcium carbonate. So what we've done is we're going to add a 1/4 cup of this, of the calcium carbonate to the paint. In this container, you don't want to add any more than that at one time because it will start to gel up. So I'll stop it there and we'll show you where we're at in the chairs so far. Okay, so this is what the chairs look like. They are flex steel chairs, I think, by Broyhill. They were very expensive chairs at the time. We bought them through like a garage sale or something, and they were nice enough, but as you can see, they had some stains on them, and we thought we could get them clean, and we were wrong. So, no upholstery cleaning, and we said, well, what can we do? And we finally decided we were going to use chalk paint on them. So here my husband is painting on them right now. So the first step you want to do, what he's doing, is you get the surface that you're going to paint, you get it thoroughly saturated. You just do a small area at the time that you're going to paint. And
it's saturated with water.
Saturated with just plain water. And then you have your paint here, and I'll show you what I'm about to do. Okay, so here is the back of the second chair, and you can see this is just a very little bit of one of the chairs, and I've just painted it a little bit. I've got a little bit wider brush, and as you can see, the chair's got some texture to it, and that's actually going to show through as we paint it. This is the very first coat. So it's going to go in real deep like this, and we're going to put some coats in like this, and you want to put the water in so that it will soak into the fabric like that. And so we're going to continue painting on our 2 chairs, and I will get you caught up. That's going to be it for a while. So that's what you want to do. You want to have 16 ounces of paint as a good start with the calcium carbonate, and that is a 1/4 cup of calcium carbonate. Mix that together thoroughly, and that way you don't have to, and there's no priming or anything like that. Totally saturate your chair with the spray. You're going to spray the fabric like this. This is what I'm getting ready to do next. And you're going to mix the paint together like this. Just for a quick review, you're going to paint all of this once, let it thoroughly dry, and then we're going to, that's my nice manicure. We're going to come back, let that dry, and do a second coat, and I'll let you know when we get finished if we think we need a third coat or not. A lot of that's going to depend on, of course, the original color of the fabric and what your coat of your color is that you're painting over, whether you need it or not. we're also going to paint these legs. We're going to match them up. They're going to be cream colored, and I'll show you later too. Right now what we are doing, we've got these little buttons, and for now we're going to paint right over those, and later on we're going to rub some of that out so that's going to show. So that's one little thing on there too, but we'll show you the finished product later. Now I wanted to show you one area that you want to look at, like this right here. These are heavy creases right in here, so you want to be sure to get all the paint real thick in there so that you can see it's got the piping in there and you've got the creasing in there. So places like that you've got to be extra careful to get plenty of paint in there right away so that you're not disappointed later on and have that fabric show through. So that's just an extra little tip for you. I'm still on my first coat, but I don't want to leave that open. So that, again, I'm looking back through, that's the back of one chair, and that's the very first coat that we've got on there. I'm just about done with that. So here are the chairs after one coat each, and you can see how much the color has soaked in. So it's pretty good coat for the first one. We're pretty pleased with it, and I'll show you each chair so you can see the difference between the Harvest Gold and again, this was it's going to be a medium gray, and how much it's coming through. Also, there's a difference. This is the chair that I painted, and like you can see right in here, some places where it's picked up deeper. I'm not quite as strong. Obviously, it's my husband, and this is also wetter than the other chair. So you can see how it has a lot of what you're seeing in there. It's still wet, those places like that. So it looks not through the camera. In real life, it doesn't look quite so prominent, but we will maybe putting on a third coat, we'll see. So, but that's what it looks like so far after one coat, and we also have done the cushions, so that's what they look like. Anyway, wanted to give you an update. Here, as you can see, is the finished product for the chair. One of two that we did, and we are just absolutely thrilled with how it turned out. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see it. We are pleased with every bit of it. We ended up doing a total of 3 coats. So for our purposes, for 2 chairs, and I think you can get an idea of how they were pretty large, we bought 1 gallon, and the 5-pound bag of the calcium carbonate, we probably used 2/3 of that to give you an idea for your project. We are saving the rest in case if we want to do another project in the future. But that's for your information in case you decide to do something of your own. You'll get an idea for what you need. I want to just get in here a little bit and show you some things as far as the print. What you're seeing here is it was a stitched fabric, and so this is actual imprint from the fabric itself. It's not the color bleeding through. We thought that just turned out great. That's one of the reasons that we wanted to try it on this chair, and it looks great. It's very comfortable. Obviously, as I'm able to run my hands over it, there's nothing showing up. No, the paint will not bleed. I know that's a question that people asked. Just like your walls or anything else you're going to paint, perfectly fine. We actually had a party at our house just within 12 hours after they were finished, and only friends who knew I had done this to the chairs had any clue that the chairs were painted and not upholstered. So they turned out fantastic. One last thing I'll show you. With the legs, we had talked about painting them cream color at the last second. We came back in and decided to paint them black, a high gloss black. We're going to do some paintings up on the wall, and the frames are the same nature, so we decided to pull that color out instead. Have a little bit of touch up to do here, and we're just going to do that with a little Q-tip or something. We also are going to come back in and rub a little bit of that off to see if we can pull out that gold, but we're going to test that in the back and see if we like that or not. So wanted to go ahead and show you what we like with it now. So again, I'll step back a little bit here, show you what the chair looks like from a distance. Sorry about that. We love our chairs, think they're great, and encourage you to do it. So that's what my chalk paint chair looks like. And this is what the second one looks like. So again, we have a little bit of touch-up paint there on the leg, and that's because of the type of paint that we use on the leg. What we should have done, just for your information, is we should have sanded the legs because they were treated with something that was very glossy, and so that's why the paint dripped on the legs. Something that you might want to keep in mind when you're finishing up your project, which is just something to bear in mind. But that's just about a 5-minute job in there. But we are thrilled with it, and I hope that encourages you and inspires you to try your own chalk paint project of your own on fabric as well. So if you have any questions or any comments, feel free to ask them under this YouTube post, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.